Hi dear Twin Flames, it's Marta from the channel Pop Paper Love. Today I'll be speaking about one topic and that's really important about not wasting your time while you are on the Twin Flame journey and what it actually means and how to use your time wisely while you are on this journey. For someone who doesn't know, I'm a Twin Flame coach. You can subscribe to this channel and you can also book a reading or a coaching session with me on the link underneath the video. So basically, while I'm on this journey since 2007, when I met my false twin flame, and basically since high school, I've been constantly being asked, why don't I have a boyfriend? And I'm now 35 and I still don't have a boyfriend. So that's a long time span from high school till now that I don't have a boyfriend. Of course, I'm like engaged in a sense to my twin flame, but I'm still not with him physically. And in that's really not such a short span of time. And since I was in high school, I always imagined I would be in a relationship really soon, really much sooner, but that didn't happen. And what I did in the meantime was I did a lot of waiting, and I wouldn't recommend that to you, and that's why I'm shooting this video because waiting doesn't produce any results. When you wait, that's stagnant energy, and nothing really happens when you wait. So I encourage you to actively wait, not just passively wait. I mean, there's two types of waiting: active waiting and passive waiting. And when you're passively waiting, you're not doing much. You're just allowing things to happen to you, and you're not taking an active approach in your life. And by what I mean by activating is taking your situation into your own hands. For example, I did a lot of healing. I took a trauma healing program. I have coaching session for over 6 years. I went to a psychologist. I often go to confessions in a to the church. I had the three anointings of the sick because I had my issues with mental health, and those were the ways that I actively wait. Of course, there were many times when I was kind of in that waiting room where I didn't know which action to take, and that's why it's really important to have coaching sessions because coach can show you where you can move forward and what you can do to move forward. For example, I had lots of readings also that I took on my situation that helped me a lot, and I also offer those so you can kind of look into that. Um, Waiting is painful actually because you don't know what to do next. You feel stuck basically when you're waiting, and that's not the way to go. There are also many people who waited for their twin flames for their whole lives. I feel that there's a group of people who think they wouldn't be reunited with their twin flames in this lifetime, but that just supports my vision of needing to do the work. Because if you don't do the active work, you probably wouldn't be reunited with your twin flame in this lifetime. But of course, anyone who does the work, who does the inner work, who takes the active approach to their union would achieve it. And I often say that people who think they wouldn't achieve their twin flame union in this lifetime, what would be different in another lifetime? Because sooner or later you would have to do the inner work to kind of regain not control but regain like the as union with your twin flame again. So, yeah, of course, waiting can happen a lot of times on this journey when you feel lost, when you don't know what to do, when you don't feel guidance on what to do next. But then you can always ask God to show you the next steps, and they will be shown to you. Sometimes you will make mistakes on this journey, and those you don't need to look at those mistakes as something terrible. They were just learning mistakes. Like you took them when you didn't know what to do, and you felt guidance. For example, in my twin flame journey, I contacted my twin flame several times until he blocked me, and every time he blocked me, every time I sent him a message, I felt a need to do the inner work, to do the healing. So these steps were actually needed for my healing, even though the external communication didn't open up. So don't beat yourself up even if you do those mistakes. Something I also wish to touch upon is when we are waiting, we often neglect our life purpose. Sometimes we think that our twin flame is going to save us from living a painful life, from not earning our living, from not doing a job we need to work. For example, in my situation, I often envisioned how my twin flame is going to save me somehow from work that I need to do, from my life purpose. But you and your twin flame share a life purpose, and it's important to live your life purpose even now, even if you're without your twin flame, because that's something that's gonna lead you to a twin flame. In my case, my life purpose is helping people heal. My life purpose is to connect people through writing. That means that I help people connect with their twin flames, and I also write a lot because I even studied writing for some time. And sometimes it's really hard to even realize what our life purpose is. So in this period of separation, if you're currently in that, it's important to recognize what your life purpose is. You can ask yourself a question: what would you do if you had all the money in the world, if you had all the time in the world? What would you be doing with your life? Often females are in the situation where they wait for the twin flames to save them from their lives, and you need to realize that your twin flame is not going to save you from it. You need to become your own savior, and that's really important realization because your twin flame is you. So whatever you do in your life, that's going to be reflected with your twin flame. Your true twin flame is actually God, and when you connect with God, it's gonna be easier for you to tackle everything. So, dear twin flames, to sum it up, don't passively wait. Take your union into your own hands. Do a lot of inner healing. You can contact me for more support. Do whatever you need to do in order to be with your twin flame because that's your natural state is to be with them. Separation is something that's like separation is fear consciousness, and you're not meant to live in fear no matter how long you lived in that state. Also, find your life purpose and live it, and don't expect your twin flame to save you from the pains of your own life. Thank you for watching and see you soon.